So moving on to Young Justice, guys. Once again, I just like to say, just want to give much love and respect to Greg Wiseman for creating this show. This was a treasure, very much indeed, and it's going to be a shame to see this show end tomorrow. But let's talk about episode 45 of last week, which was entitled Summit. And the episode we enter in Santa Prisca, I believe June 19th, and we're in an underground cavern, guys, and all of a sudden we see Black Beetle and Deathstroke enter, and they give each other a nod, like, okay. And that's when pretty much the Light, members of the Light, and the Reach ambassador, and they pretty much enter, and everybody, like, I guess it's some kind of summit. Vandal Savage, Ra's al Ghul, Black Manta, the Brain, Ubu, Monsieur Malad, and all of them are there, and they start to talk about what's going on and everything like that, and pretty much it kind of goes back on, like, the summit. They kind of like one up each other, like they're trying to one up each other, like, you see, you did this wrong, if you'd have told us this would have happened, everything like that. And the Reach, and kind of when you look at the Light's perspective of what the Reach has been doing, it's kind of like, yeah, well, you know what, they're kind of right. But pretty much we can see Black Beetle and Manta don't like each other right off the bat. And when finally Manta, even before they begin, Black Beetle says, remove your mask. Everybody remove their mask. So pretty much everybody has to remove their mask. And even Tigress, or Huntress, or Artemis, excuse me, at the time looks at Calder and says, we're so, we're so over our heads now. And that's where the summit pretty much begins. And they go, like I said, go back and forth about their defeats and everything like that. Losing Blue Beetle, losing Green Beetle, not knowing about the ancient temple that was underneath, everything like that, where they were able to free Green Beetle and Blue Beetle, everything like that. And they just start having a field day with each other. And pretty much afterwards, they start to realize that the Light and the Reach are like, the Reach ambassadors, like, you forget one thing: we are the leaders. We own the Earth and everything like that, and the Light's like, please, we have everything under control. And even when Calder tries to intervene to stay undercover, stay in cover, Black Beetle's like, you can't speak and everything like that. But after a while, it becomes to the point that it's not going so well with both sides of the party, and it becomes to the point where it comes to the point where basically both groups decide to just attack each other. It comes to that point, and unfortunately they stop fighting after a while. It was just Deathstroke and Tigress that go at it with Black Beetle. Unfortunately, they stop. However, Tigress gets knocked into Ra's al Ghul, and Ra's sees Tigress' reflection in her sword, and so he kind of starts putting two and two together. And once they stop it, and all of a sudden, once again, like I said, I'm skipping around. Want to go real fast with this? Don't mind me, guys. Like I said, tensions escalate, and pretty much after they stop the fighting, Ra's al Ghul runs over, moves into Tigress, and Tigress is like, "Master, what's wrong?" And she removes the charm around her neck, and then everybody sees Artemis, and pretty much Ra's al Ghul knows right off the bat this is some kind of charm bracelet that was either made by Zatanna or Dr. Fate, and pretty much the Reach is like, they're upset, like we need to kill them, everything like that. And so what happened is we think basically Tigress and Kaldor gets killed, and Manta's over his son, like, yeah, my son, however, in the meantime, Kaldor seemed to have been recording something, and I guess it's going to go to where the members of the Justice League are, so he can clear their names. And pretty much afterwards, when they realize, they think they killed the two young heroes, it finds out that it was all a plan. And I have to give all credit to the team here. They set them up lovely. They set the Light and the Reach up so lovely. It's found out that it was props. Basically, Deathstroke was actually Ms. Martian in disguise, everything like that. The rest of the team comes in, and we have a big battle with, everybody, with the team and the Light and member of the Reach gets free though, but pretty much everybody else, and it was great. It was just really good. I mean, I love the fight between Monsieur Mala and Beast Boy. He was going, and I kept telling when I was watching, I was like, Arthur, I was like, Garfield, turn into something else. Stop. He's been an ape longer than you. Turn into something bigger. And he turned into a rhinoceros. And I was like, yeah, there you go. It was just a really decent battle that went forward. And basically, they know that this is going to get to Rembor, and that when this is filled, the Green Lantern Corps is going to be able to come back to Earth, everything like that. And pretty much we have a battle between father and son, which I think we all were dying to see, where pretty much, Kaldor's like, look, as long as you, father, are on the side of bad, I'm going to stand against you. And we saw him take out his dad, and, it was hard, but he did it. It was just a really good setup plan that the team put together. And even Vandal Savage said, you know what? We underestimated you. You're not... Basically, this episode also showed that they're not sidekicks anymore. That's basically what this was. They're not sidekicks. They are their own team. They need to be taken serious, and we saw that. What also was good to see Wally back in the fold, back again, and him back as, Kid Flash, which was really good. Him and Artemis had a good reunion, but still was kind of mad. I like the fact where basically Wally kind of, basically in this episode, is basically revealed he's going to pass the torch on to Bart. He said, you know what? Him and Bart are racing around. He's like, hey, Bart, how you doing? And he's like, oh, no, distracting the... I think it was the other way around, but they were like, oh, I'm distracting the team like I usually do. And he's like, you know what? How'd you like my suit? And he's like, you know what? But I always thought you would be, no disrespect, but I also thought you would be better in basic red and yellow. And he's like, yeah, when this is all over, me and Artemis are going back into retirement, and basically I want you to take over the mantle of Kid Flash. And so, basically we saw Bart basically gonna be Kid Flash. And once again, right there, I was like, ugh, because this show is ending. It would have been good to see season 3 where Bart now is Kid Flash, things like that. And so that pissed me off a lot, as always, just seeing that this show is getting canceled to bring 2 crappy new shows. Yeah, I'm gonna call them crappy shows, basically. And basically, we saw at the end of the episode, basically, Dick gives Kaldor back leadership of the team. And I thought that was really special too, because because basically it was always said that Kaldor was still the leader. I really appreciate that Dick gave it back. He said, now that whale is off my shoulder now. That's I don't have to deal with this no more. You were meant to be the leader, but Kaldor was always saying, you did a good job. But then, Dick, as being a good friend he is, he's like, look, that's off my shoulder now. You got it. However, Vandal Savage takes the War World, and from the rest of the Justice League, that were there, are Black Canary, Black Lightning, people like that, and Captain Marvel, and they teleport them back to the Justice League headquarters, and it leaves us on a cliffhanger, basically saying, what's going to happen next, and pretty much also what's going to happen between Black Beetle, and he left the Reach Ambassador, but he took the female with him. So all looks kind of interesting indeed. There was just a lot of stuff that happened in the issue. I'm sorry I didn't touch on everything because I'm going off sheer memory, guys, of what happened. But other than that, it was a fantastic episode. It just bothers me that this is ending. There's so much they still could do with this show, with a third season. There was rumors that the Darkseid was supposed to come in this show, but fat chance that's gonna happen because once again, it's getting canceled for 2 crappy shows. It's like, good God. But other than that, without me going on a rant, guys, I just want to say thanks again, and I'll stay tuned. Once again, if you missed the episode, I'll leave it in the description if you need to play catch up as well. And I'll be here tomorrow with the series finale, the final recap / review of Young Justice, episode 46, entitled Endgame. I'll see you guys then. And this was just a great show, and it's going to be a blast just to watch it over. But still, overall, I'm still just gonna grit my teeth every time I watch this show, because the show could have went on for 3, 4, 5 seasons, in my opinion. But other than that, guys, thanks for listening. I'll see you guys later.